So now we are on YouTube too. Hello, people from YouTube. My name is Gabriele, and I will guide this immersion here. Let me explain a little bit how TNT works. TNT is a language platform for beginner, intermediate, and advanced speakers. All immersion meetings are not regular classes, so we have a time to free conversation in a specific topic, and we have some questions to guide the conversation, okay? And we have some rules to follow and to enjoy the immersion. The first of all is to be respectful. The second one is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember that we are in a safe place, so feel free to make mistakes here. And the third one is to have fun, okay? So guys, as we are 9 here, I will create more rooms, split up to you in small groups to make the conversations flows better. And in these small groups, choose a leader to guide the immersion, like to follow the questions and to ask for other people, okay? And then we back to the main room at the end of the meeting, okay? And let me see, if you receive an invite to go to another room, please accept. If you know, stay in the main room, okay? Just some minutes to create the rooms. I think 2 rooms, it's nice. 3 rooms, I think so. Okay, then it's no problem. Okay, guys, I create the room, so let's open the rooms. So, see you at the end of the meeting, and I hope you enjoyed the immersion, okay? So, guys, let me see. Gabriela, can you present yourself and choose me or Ricardo to present after you?
Okay, I'm Gabriela. I'm 37 years. I live in São Paulo, in the São Bernardo city. And I'm not working in this moment, but I'm looking for another job. And I have a daughter, Rafaela. She is 14. I think it's just this. I don't know.
It's perfect. And let me see, how many years are you learning English? You are a beginner, intermediate?
I studied English for a minute. Wait a minute, please. Just a minute, please.
Okay, no problem.
I studied English in my many time ago. I don't know the level I'm now, but I understand a little. I try to talk in English. I traveled to another country, and I think it's this.
You are good. You are good, going well. Okay.
Okay.
And how about you, Ricardo? Please present yourself.
Well, I'm Ricardo, live at São Vicente, is a small city of São Paulo state, is the first city of Brazil. And well, I love watching movies, hang out with my friends, family, and well, I'm married, I have a daughter, I have 2 cats, Quindim and Pudim, and well, I'm here one more time to try to learn this language.
I really like the names of your cats, Pudim and Quindim.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm Gabriele, I'm 31 years old. I was born in Pelotas, a city in the south of Rio Grande do Sul. But 2 years and a half ago, I came to Rio, and now I live in Rio de Janeiro, this beautiful city. I am a food engineer, and I work as a science entrepreneur. I don't have kids. Unfortunately, I don't have pets yet, but I'm planning to adopt one because I need to adapt my home to adopt one. I really like dogs and cats. And that's it, guys. I think on my free time, I really like to stay at home, watching movies and series, or listen to music, or just to hang out with my friends in Rio. And I studied English for many years ago in a traditional school. And Ricardo, what you need to put, I'm sorry. Okay, no problem, no problem. I studied English for, I don't know how many years, but many years ago. And 2 years ago, I started to do conversation classes and participating in TALKNTALK as a talker. And at the beginning of this year, I started as a host here, okay? So let's start this immersion, this conversation. So Gabriela, let me ask you, what's your view of people today? What is your impressions for people today in general?
In general, I think, are you listening me? Today, I think the people is working a lot. They don't have time to do anything with his families. We are living a stressful time. I think in this moment post-pandemic, we are trying to restart in new jobs, in new professions, and trying to think a little more in healthy, trying to have a little, how can I say, a health life, and thinking this in improve this. Ai, não sei como falar.
You can talk in Portuguese if you don't know how to explain something in English, no problem.
Okay, and they're trying to improve this aspect of life and to trying to live better in this chaotic moment we are living.
Yeah, I totally understand you. And I'm thinking about, we talked about the view of people today, like the individual view, like what people are wanting or expecting for the life. But think about like connections. Do you think that people are open to new connections, or open to make new friends, or are open to talk about yourself to others? What do you think?
Yeah, they think they're trying to estabelecer new connections and socializar mais. E we are open to talk about our feelings, about what we think, to talk about relationships and work relations. And I think this.
Yeah, I agree with you. Sometimes I think people, I don't know if it's a reflection of the pandemic scenario, but sometimes I think that people are not so open to talk about feelings, about yourself to other people, especially when we don't have a strong connection with the others. Do you know, like a strange, or if you are in the beginning of a relationship, sometimes I think people are not so open to do it. I don't know if because I live in a city and I move on, and for me in this city, sometimes it's difficult to create new connections. Of course, I have friends here. I create new friends here because I need it. It's complicated to live alone, and you need to create new connections when we move on to another city. But sometimes I think it's not easy to all people to feel open to do it. Sometimes I think people are not so open to do it, but it's not for all. I think some other people are more, how can I say, are more open to receive of the others, to stay with the others and to talk with the others about your feelings and to create new connections, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
What happens, Marcel? Let me see. I think you are alone in another room.
Yeah, I stay alone. My colleagues go out. I stay alone in the apartment.
No problem, Marcel. Stay here, okay? And talk with us. So we are discussing about the question number 2. And I really like to know about you. What is your view of people today?
For me, my opinion about the people nowadays, the new generation, I think a little different, because the people use a lot of spend your time in the internet. The conversation use message or video chat. I think it is necessary more connect face to face, but nowadays is normal. The people conversation a lot another person, but is a lot for message, not face to face, because I believe the people is necessary. One moment is meeting together where I forgot the name, convívio, another people. In my case, for example, I teaching my son about read, conversation, another people, make new friends, conversation face to face, comportament in the store, restaurant, and another thing I see in different places, this new generation a little different. In my case, for example, I'm 44 years old. I live in another time, for example. But it's normal nowadays.
you bring to us a good topic about to discuss, that this relationship of this relation to people of technology and to the real communication. Like I don't like to use the real, because I think when we talked with the other people through message or on the internet, it's real, okay? But I understand you when you talk about that sometimes we lack a conversation face to face, and this is so important to create connections and to stay near to the other people and to know about people more in deep, you know. So it's important. I totally agree with you. And I think our generation, we are in a different generation. I don't know, because I'm 31, but I think the people that have 21 or 18, 17, they have other reason to talk with the people. Like they create connections in a different way than us. So for me, and I have I don't know, it's like a challenge, but all my family and all my real friends, my old friends, are not here in Rio. So I talk with them through message. And for me, sometimes it's exhausting, because I really like to stay with people in person, not just through message. And sometimes it's difficult to keep in touch with them and to make the connections, depending of how I am connecting with them, how many years we are together, and the relationship that we are with each other. So yeah, I totally agree with you, and it's a good topic to discuss. I think Ricardo done back again. So Ricardo, you are here? Are you here? I don't think so. Yeah, we move on to the next question, and then when Ricardo back, we continues, okay? So the question number 3 is, do you have friends? When hard times come, they are really there for you? Gabriela, I really like to know about you.
I have friends, but they are living forward from here. I don't know how to say. I don't have many friends, but I have a friend who's living in London. I have another friend who's living now in the south of our country. And it's a little difficult to talk about life, to talk about my problems, or to talk, because we are using just internet, WhatsApp to communicate. And sometimes it's a little hard, because how can I say? Eu tenho a necessidade de give a hug and to talk face to face with her, and it's not possible in this moment. But I think they are really there for me when I need this. Mesmo com essa dificuldade de comunicação.
I totally understand you, because I have a friend that lives in Australia, and before she lives in Australia, she lived in not in London, but in United Kingdom, in the city called Birmingham, and she is my best friend in life.
Yeah.
And the communication is difficult sometimes, because we are in a different time zone. Yeah. And now that she are in Australia, we have, I don't think so, but I think 13 hours in difference. And when I wake up, she's coming to bed. And it's like that. And when I'm prepared to go to bed, she are wake up. So sometimes it's difficult. And the last time that I see her, it was in 2021 that I see her in person. And we spent one day together because she was back into the Birmingham in that moment. And we talked each other every day.
Yeah.
I totally sure that she is for me, and when hard times come, she always understands me, and we talked a lot. And at the same way, I'm for her. But I miss your physical presence. I don't know how to explain, but it's like you said, we miss a hug, we miss the person in yourself, to go to your favorite places and to share things in person. You know, it's different when we just talk through the internet. But I think we don't miss the real connection that we have each other, because we are so close. But of course, it's like you said, I miss the person in my life, in my real life, in the life that happened here, you know. It's like that.
I understand.
And how about you, Marcio? Do you have friends when the hard times come, they are really there for you?
Yeah, I have, but in my case, for example, I live in different places the last years. I live in another state, I live in another city. So in this moment, I have another friends in the past. But my friends is my brothers and sisters here in my city where I live now. Always I help. I need help. I talk my old brother, or my sister. For example, I help them a lot when need with me. This moment I return my I forgot cidade natal. Here in where live my family, my mother's family, my mother's-in-law family. Another connection, new friends. I'm construction again, because I replace work. Today I work in new factory. I'm construction a new friend, but my family here, I help and I need something. I conversation with them.
Thinking about what you said, you mentioned that you moved to different cities during your life, and I will ask you, for you, is it difficult to you to make new friends or to make strong connections when you move to different cities? Because for me, I think living for 2.5 years in Rio, now I have friends that are more close to me here. But I remember that in the beginning, it was so difficult because people don't know you. And it's like you are in a different place, discovering this place, and sometimes it's difficult to create strong connections in the first time with the people. You need more time to know the people and to, I don't know, to spend more time with them to create a strong relationship and to feel that people are for you in hard moments. So, but at the same time, you need to do this to have people that stay for you in the place that you are. I don't know about you, but I really like to know that what your view about it.
Yeah, it's normal when you move another place, but you start construction and new friends, work in the school, for example. It's normal you inside there new work or school. for example, is the motivator, the people move another place. This start EU construction. Now is necessary in different places or different moments. More time, for example, in my case, when I move for Paraná State, for example, there the people is different culture, another different. I forgot different jeito. For me here state, I need a little time for construction. New connection, but a little time. About another question, I said about the message, the internet. I forgot the name, me atrapalha. The construction, the new connection, because in my case, for example, it's normal. I know you. I forgot the name. Apertar a mão.
Shaking hands.
Shaking hand. The conversation with you face to face. But the new generation, not normal about, for example, face to face. You shake hand. It's normal conversation for messaging. For example, it is more difficult construction. New friends, in my opinion, for example. In my case, I arrive the new place, I forgot the name, cumprimentar. Cumprimento, resumindo aqui em português, cumprimento todo mundo, face to face, aperto de mão, e start the construction, the new friends about this moment where I touch hand for hand.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Marcy. And sometimes I lived in different cities in my life, and I feel that sometimes it's difficult to maintain the relationship with others that live in other city that I lived. Like I spent a time in Portugal. It's a short time in my life, but I made some friends there, and nowadays we don't talk each other every day. We just talk each other in specific moments in life, but it's not because they don't have importance to me. They are important to me, but I don't know. It's like you said, we lack the contact in person, and then it's difficult to maintain the contact for messages or through the internet, so sometimes it's difficult, and life happens in here, so we have a lot of things to solve during the day, and we have a lot of things to do during the day, so it's difficult to maintain this contact. Gabriela, I would like to know what about trust? Who are the people you trust the most in life? You can consider, like Marcia said, you can consider your family or your friends or your husband. Feel free to talk about it.
It's a little difficult to me to trust in people. I think more we spend Ai, me deu branco total agora. Quanto mais o tempo passa, I'm 37 years, it's more difficult to trust because many things happen in this time, and it's a little hard we to talk about feelings, dreamings, or desires with another people. I'm married with Dennis, and I trust in this relationship. I trust in my daughter, with my family, with my mother and my sister. we are passando for difficult time. My mother is health problems. She's with, I don't know how to say câncer de mama in English. I don't know, but she, and the sick bring most emotions of our entire life when I was a child, and her relationship with my father, and I think a gente carrega o reflexo, né, disso tudo. And in this moment, it's a little difficult to meet trusting people and feeling well to talk about my feelings. And I'm working this in therapy and with my best friend who lives in London. And I think this.
I agree with you, Gabriela. I think nowadays it's difficult to trust in other people in even if just when we have strong relationships, like a friendship for many years, or a romantic relationship, and we are so close to your partner, or some people from your family, this type of people, this group of people that are people that you can really trust. But when we are creating new relationships, it's difficult to know about how to trust in people that you don't know. You don't know about people in. I don't know how to explain, but you don't create a strong relationship that permits you to trust in in a strong way, you know. Like for me, I really trust in my best friends, and I can count them in one hand, my real friends, and in my family, like my mom and maybe my father, but I think I'm more close to my mom, so I really trust in her. But the connections that I made in Rio, they are good connections, but sometimes I don't feel so comfortable to trust in them, like, because it's a new relationship, you know, so we need to have time to construct things more strong to really trust in these people. So, but I don't think that you need to have a lot of connections or a lot of friends to have good ones. So if you have good ones, that people that you can really trust, it's enough. For me, it's enough.
Yeah.
And for you, Marcio, do you have, what about trust for you? And who are the people that you trust the most?
Yeah, in my case, this moment, I trust my wife, my son, my daughter is the main people I trust this moment. But I have my brothers, my sister, I trust with us, part of my family. So in my case, I have several problems about it in the past, because the first I trust, after I know the better the people. Now I learn about the I forgot frustration in English. I forgot the word. Now this moment, the first I know the better the people, after I trust. Is for me is help a lot, because I have I forgot the certeza the people I can trust with you. for me, help a lot.
What you mentioned about the situation that you are, we are knowing a person, and then you trust, and then this person does something to you that makes you like a sensation that you cannot trust in this person, you know. So what this scenario that you mentioned, it's the opposite, the question number 5. But because the question number 5 mentioned about when you live in a situation where people are that you expected would be there for your words. So it's like you become surprised for another people, for a people that you don't have an idea that stay for you. And I really like to know about you, Gabriela, if you have this situation in life, like maybe a new friend or people that not so close to you, but in a hard moment in your life, they are there for you without you expected to it. Do you have this situation in life?
Yeah, no, I'm living this situation now. We are through in a difficult moment now. I leave my job in no ano passado, in the past year. Last year. And because we are in a good situation, and I leave my job, and I want to stay at home and improve my life a little with my daughter, with my husband. But in this year, my husband leave his job too, and we are passing for a difficult moment now. And I expected that some people will be there for us, né? Will be there for me, my husband, and they don't. And I've been more support from a friend who lives in Rio Grande do Sul. And every day she asks me how we are, and I don't expect isso dela, né? Because we stay a long time separated without talk, and in another cup of the word we reapproximate, and it's been very special to me to know he's there for us. But it's a little hard to expect from another people, and they, né? Eles não estão aqui pra gente.
Yeah, it's hard to face the situation, but I think it happens with everybody, because it's not a fault of the people. I think sometimes we don't know what happens in the life of these people, and sometimes there are problems there, and we don't know about it, and it's hard. But now I understand that sometimes people that aren't you in specific moments. So I don't think that you need to have just strong connections in life. You need to have different types of connections, and depending of the moment in life, you can have the support that you mentioned from different people. Like sometimes it's not people that you are so close, but it's a good people. It's a person that it's friendly, that understand you, and that are for you in this moment. So it's enough. So this is the importance to have different connections, different type of connections in life, because sometimes you expect that, you put an expectative in a person, and sometimes they don't correspond. And it's okay, because you don't know what happens in its life. And it's okay, you need to understand it. And you, Marcio, what do you think about it? Do you have a situation that you have a support for, like not a strange, but people that you not so close to you, but it's a good people that sometimes you create a strong connection after that, when you have a support for people that you don't expect it. But I really like to know about you, what your experience with it.
Yeah, this situation is a bad situation. Happening with me in more different moment. I forgot the name, eu ia falar mais de uma vez. But the bad situation about the expect a lot in the another people, not answer for you. Nowadays, I see this normal happening this situation, because I said I live another time. Another time is necessary about you speak your words in Português. The name valia a palavra. Not is necessary right and the pronoun, nothing. I talk, I doing everything for you. I forgot cumprir. But nowadays the people, I help you. The moment, the specific moment, fall with us. But
they talk more than do. They talk more than do the things for you.
Yeah, but I have understand this new generation. This new generation is a little different. Another, I forgot 2 or 3 months the last happening with me, this situation. The person buy one thing here. Delivery or with me. When I deliver there, another day I don't want more. I see, but can I deliver? I deliver. I don't fight with us. I went there. I forgot to peguei my thing again. But nowadays happening a lot this situation. But in my opinion, this is a bad situation. You promise, you talk, keep your word.
Yeah. Sometimes it's difficult to have the situation in life that people that make a lot of promises to you and they don't do the things for you. Just it's like just to talk about things that they are doing for you, but they don't do the things. It's hard. And guys, unfortunately, time is running, so we have time to answer one more question. And I choose the question number 8, and I would like to know about you, Gabriela. Do you consider yourself a good friend?
Yes, I consider. I try to talk with my friends to know how they are, if they are needing some help, some advice, some to talk about for nothing. And I think I'm always there when they need, or they communicate. And I think I'm a good friend with my defeitos, esqueci.
Default.
Não
I'm not sure about the word, but it's okay. I understand you.
Okay, but I
No
think
problem.
I'm a good friend.
Yeah, I consider myself a good friend too. I think I always stay for my friends when they need help or they don't need to be listening to, or I consider myself a good company to go to places and to enjoy with my friends. Yeah, and sometimes it's difficult because I expected to receive in the same way, but you need to put down your expectations and understand that each person is a word. So you need to understand it to live better and to don't create a lot of expectatives to the others. And I think, but you need to consider yourself as a good friend, you know. And you, Marcia, do you consider yourself a good friend?
Yeah, I'm a good friend because one characteristic with me, I don't say no. I have difficulty say no. The people ask me, helping me, but I say yes, I can. I go. I'm a good friend, but I'm learning about it. It's necessary. I say no different moments. I try a lot say no, but I have difficulty say no. I can. Yes, I go. I help you, but I try.
It's an
To improve.
exercise. It's like an exercise that you need to do every day to learn how to say no.
Yes, I try. I learn about to improve this characteristic with me.
Yeah, thank you. So, guys, welcome again. I'd like to know about you, Ayla. How was the conversation in another room?
It was good conversation, interesting topic. We could reflect. In my case, I remember some bad situation about the relationship, but it's good to listen others' experience about it, and it's a good point. Elio said about how we change our relationship after the pandemic, and it's a good point because I noticed how closed person I became. I know it's no good, but I confess I have some difficulty about trust someone easily. It's difficult for me, and I need a time to create a confidence. So it's a good topic. Thank you.
Yeah, we discussed a little bit about the thing that you mentioned, that sometimes it's difficult to create strong connections and to trust in other people that you don't know too much about. So we discussed in the main room about it, but I totally agree when you said about that relationships changed after pandemic. I think the way that we created new relationships and they are more close to the other people totally changed after the pandemic. So thank you to bring to us a small discussion about it in the main room. And about you, Elio, what was the conversation for you?
It was very, very nice. It's a talk that make us think a lot, to think about our attitudes and our partners and colleagues' attitudes. It was Very nice, because it's not the topic we always thought about. It is something automatic, but it was a very good topic.
Oh, thank you. I will talk to Bruno and about your opinion on the topic, because Bruno choose the topic and bring to this immersion. So I will tell him about your impression. And let me ask you, do you consider yourself a good friend?
Yes, I try to be, but sometimes, as I said, when we are not in that good vibe, we do maybe we don't do the right thing related with friendship. But I always try to be a good listener, to be a good friend that people can count on.
Oh, so thank you for your answer. Let me ask you, Gabriela, it's your first time on Talk and Talk, and I really like to know about you. How was the conversation for you, your first experience here? So tell us.
It was very interesting. Many times I don't speak in English, and was a desafio. But I like this propose, this to answer these questions, and I like it.
Hope you see you there in other meetings, okay? So you are nice, you are good. So feel free to stay here with us in other, we have a lot of immersions during the week, so you can schedule, and I hope you see that in my meeting. My meetings occurs in Wednesday, 7 p.m. So you are invited to stay with me. Okay. And guys, unfortunately, we don't have more time to continue this discussion. So I put on the chat the survey about this immersion. So it's so important to know about your opinion. So please go to the link and put a note from 1 to 10 about this immersion, and some comments about Bruno, because he will consider it for the next immersions, okay? And I hope all of you have a good weekend, have a good start of the week, a beginning of the week, the next week. And I hope to see you in another immersion, or in my immersion 7 p.m. Wednesday, okay? So thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys.